We butchered the whole rabbit here. We have it lying out. We're gonna like braise the rabbit or like fry the rabbit and put it in the oven over some vegetables. Just an easy day today, dinner. We have the bones here. I'm gonna throw those bones into the oven now, actually. So I put the oven on 410, and while we are doing the vegetables for the rabbit, these can roast in the oven so we get the sauce over and cooking. So I'm slightly just gonna salt these pieces of rabbit here. Brussels sprouts, just take the bottom off, cut them up roughly. And then I'll just take the carrots, cut them, just cut them in the same size so they cook the same size. Potatoes, fingerling potatoes, different colors, onion. Save all this, we're gonna put it in the stock for later, the quick stock we're gonna make for our sauce. Also just like cut them like this. 5, put it in like that, really nice. Before I cut the beets, I'll just take a little garlic here, cloves, break it apart, put those whole in like that, so they can slowly bake. They will bake and then you can just squeeze them out. Quickly take the beets, cut them in half them again, half them again, half them again. I don't want to like stir it around because I don't want the red from the beets to go all over. And when beets get baked, they release a lot of sugar, and that sugar makes it really sweet. I cut the apple like this, each side off. You get this middle piece here. So I'm gonna put like star anise in it, and star anise has a little licorice taste to it. They're gonna make a fantastic aroma when they bake. You cannot eat those, you have to take them out or put them aside. The bay leaves, when they get crispy and like toasted a little, they get like a fantastic flavor. Maybe also a little of the rosemary, just like a sprinkle, just like here and there. And then I just olive oil, give them a good drizzle. Don't be shy on the olive oil. We want to fry a little in here and bake. Flake salt. Don't be shy again. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven together with the bones, and I will give them a char, like a really good, not a burn, but just like try to toast them up a little before we put the rabbit on, because we wanted them crispy before we put something on top. When we put meat on top, it will try to steam it. It will start steaming, but we don't want that. We want to like them baked first. So I'm gonna give them like 25 minutes in the oven first, and then I'm gonna make these rabbits afterwards and put the bacon around them and wrap them. I'm just gonna show you how to make a quick pickle of the stems from the beets. I'm just gonna cut off here. Cut them small, fast, be careful of your fingers. Quick brine again. Probably put like half a cup vinegar. And I'm probably gonna use like, I don't know, 3 tablespoons. I'm just gonna eyeball it here. Maybe just 2. I'm gonna put a bay leaf in, or 2, like 1 star anise. See, it's already cooking here. I'm just gonna like use a little pepper and just a little pinch of salt. So this brine here will break down when it's cooked up here. It will break down the structure and make it a little more sweeter, a little more the structure of the stem here. And by pickling it, it will get a little like, you get this crispiness, but you also get like this a little sour, a little sweet, just to make another texture. It's just a texture thing. The oven here is ready with the bones. I'm just gonna take them out here. Just gonna switch this around here and get this one up. Get a little more heat. Oh, it smells so good. You see I colored the bones a little here and there's some juice here. I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna switch this over and we're gonna do the sauce there. So pickling these also means that they're preserving them and it can last longer time. So this is just a small pot. I just made a small brine, getting this dark color. These will be ready here now in like 20 minutes because it's so, I cut them so small so they will brine up like really quick, pickle really quick. I'll take the bones that we just browned off in the oven, put down here in the pot, turn the pot on. There's a little excess juice here, we want that in. But there's still a little extra juice here, we want that part also. That small dark stuff you see in the bottom of the pan, I'm just gonna give it a little boiled water. Just a slide here in the bottom. You can do that with all sauces, also for Christmas, for your Thanksgiving, whatever sauce you're making. And then I'm just like making this gnawing sound here, but I'm actually scraping off all the stuff that's sitting here in the bottom. All that dark color, you want that in. You want all that rest of that, see? It darkens up. It always looks like broth already. We want to get that in, make sure we got it all. It's all taste. We want that taste in the broth. A lot of people don't do this here, but that's actually a lot of taste. See how clean it got afterwards? Get that in. I just took a half an onion with the skin on. The skin can be bitter, but it's also giving a little color. Put that in. I always save stuff like that. A little rosemary, because we have the rosemary in there. We're already using rosemary. Garlic. Flatten them out. 1 bay leaf. These peels here, just put them in. This will cook for like 45 minutes, 35 to 45 minutes. Normally when you're doing a stock, you don't want to boil it really fast, you want to boil it slow and it takes time. But we need this for sauce. We're just going to do a quick sauce for tonight. These flank pieces here, I'm just going to roll them and show you how to do those quick. A lot of people throw it out or grind it, but I really think they're really good. Like, put salt in it. Rosemary. Pepper. Then roll it. Roll it tight. See if you can get it the same like size, almost. It's gonna be a little tough, but like this. And I'm just gonna take like, if you have wooden sticks or you have thread, you can bind it up. I'm just gonna use this one here, sew it a little. In, out, like that. We're gonna brown them off, each end. Then we're gonna wrap it in the bacon. And then we're gonna put it on top of the vegetables. While the stock is cooking down here in the back, I'm gonna put these on first. Can you hear that sizzling? All that fat, put it down. I'm not gonna put it all on at once. I wanna have a little room because it's still like, the temperature of the meat is still a little cold, or room temperature. The thing about browning is like, get a good coloring on them, turn them around. You can always turn them back, color them more, but you don't wanna like make a big, keep on like putting it on the heat. One place you will overcook it on one side, you don't want that. You wanna twist it, turn it around. We're just giving it a little color to give it a little taste here. Coloring is all the proteins that's going out of the meat and coagulate and then it's getting darker. That's only the coloring, what it means, and it gives a lot of taste to the piece of meat you're using. It's still, the pan is really still hot. We're gonna like put another piece on here. We want to hear that sizzling sound all the time. Very important. 3 minutes time, the vegetables will be ready. Oh, they look really good. I'm just gonna give them like broil from the top the last 3 minutes, just to give it a little more crunch, a little more kick to it. I have a little trick to it in a couple of minutes here. So while it's browning off, I take a couple of cloves here of garlic, give them a smack. Put it in there. Butter. Get some butter in there. And of course, if you have it, a little left on the rosemary. Put those in. Oh, it smells good. Oof. That's a nice smell. See, they're already getting a little charred, different spots here. I'm just taking up the pieces that's already like good browned off, like that. Looks really amazing here. Look at those small rolls here. That's so nice. Looks like small sausages. Make sure it's turned off. Just leave it on. You have all this excess butter here and this garlic here. I'm gonna like clean it up, and then we're gonna chop this 2 kidneys into it and a little onion, and then we're gonna save it for when we finish with the stock cooking down. We'll have that in together with the mustard. Getting color. The color is getting really good. The flavors coming out of the bones. Okay, going back to the bacon here, coming from the, of course, go to your local butcher, get your bacon. We used Beast and Cleaver because we already know these guys. Oh, that's a lot of bacon. Look at that. So that's the English way of cutting bacon. So you have like the whole fillet, and you cure that whole fillet. Look at that, nice piece here. Oh, a lot of fat. I'm just gonna take like this piece here and let's just wrap it around it. Not gonna bind it, it's just gonna hold it. I'm gonna put it here. It's just to brace it like a blanket, see here, like a blanket around it. So like 410 Fahrenheit, 35 minutes. Rabbit and the vegetables are still in the oven. It's 25 minutes, 24 minutes left. The sauce is cooking down really quickly. I'm just gonna like chop these kidneys and some shallots, and I'm gonna take the garlic that we roasted off here. Pop that out. Chop your onions. Again, be careful with your fingers. Shallot, really good spicy onion taste. Different taste, like a normal onion. Turn that on. Remove these shells here in. Through here and save that brown butter. I'm actually gonna take this stock now that we cooked for like 35 minutes. I'm gonna sieve it here. Get all that juiciness into it. Get it out. Light color. We're gonna reduce this half the way down. In such a short period of time, it's a really good sauce actually. It's better than throwing out the bones. We want to like keep it in, get all this richness out of it. Very important. Really good. I don't want to like it really broil it really hard. I just want it like to cook a little fast. Make sure if there's fat on top, we skim it off. I'm gonna cut up the kidneys here. Just want to make it fine small pieces. Put up here. I'm gonna reduce the sauce here in the back, switch this pan out. The brown butter that we sieved off from before. Heat is coming back here in the saute this in. Gonna turn it down a little. The heat is there. We don't want to burn the kidneys here. I think I'm gonna give it a little white wine. It's a sweet Riesling, but we're just gonna give it a little here. Reduce that wine a little. We want the sauce to be a light color. We don't want it to be like strong. We also a little sweetness to the rabbit. It's very important. Just gonna put these mustard seeds in here. Cook them out a little. It's fine. Get those seeds out there. So we have 4 minutes left. I'm heating up the pan here again quickly. Gonna pour that in. See, I reduced it to almost like 1.5 cup. So now the rabbit is actually finished. 35 minutes later. Oh, that looks so good. Look at that, huh? So we want to let it sit a little and let all the juices go back into the meat, and then we're gonna plate it. But before we finish up, we need to do the sauce, and we need to like do a little dressing for the arugula salad. Just trying to get all this in here, get all the onions and kidneys and scrape that out, get it all with you. 2/3 of butter. I cut it in small squares and then I start whisking. Break it up. You have to whisk all the time. It cannot overcook, so make sure it's not cooking too fast. It's gonna be a thin sauce. You also call that a jus in French. It means a thinner sauce. We're just gonna emulsify this butter here. It's quite easy to make. It just takes time and practice and keep on failing. That's the most important thing. If you fail, do it again, fail, do it again. Keep on doing it. That's how you learn. I'm gonna pour all this mustard into this here. So, when you're doing this with the mustard, it's very important you don't plump it in. You want to get that sauce mixed in to the mustard like that. You're going to take your whiskers, put it down in it here. You want to get that sauce mixed in. A little at a time. Get a little more sauce in here. Arugula, a little olive oil, a little of your pickle stems here. Drizzle, 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 drizzle. Pumpkin seeds. Stir it around, lift it up. It's very important you lift it up. Gonna do 2 servings here. It's a family style and a dish. But remember, this is food that's like really farmstead dish. I'm thinking about putting a little Parmesan on it. Just a little, slightly, just a little. We want to have like small leg here. We want to cut the roll here. Take out, remember to take this out, else you will break your knife. And we want to have a little upper leg like that. Ooh, smells so good. Want to plate that here on the side, get a little of that. So you get a little of each. Plate it here on the side. Like that. Oh, that looks so good. Sauce over it.